Okay guys, this is what happens when you have an injector go out and you don't stop and fix the injector. Injector stuck down, it threw the roller plumb through the side of the head. I'm gonna get my socket jerk valve cover off right quick and show you what happened there. Let me go get a socket and I'll jerk the jack off, or we can show them the rocker shaft. I got it. See guys, it throwed that roller, that would be like this roller, it throwed it right through the side of the head. Took out the cam, all because the injector stuck down. Bits and pieces of it. So, when you have an injector out, stop, fix.
So if you get in this situation, what all do you have to do to it now to get it back running?
I'll have put a head on it and cam in it, and the injectors, and put it back together. We'll be about a day and a half here to 2 days fixing.
So best to take care of it before it becomes a big issue.
Well, we took a $400 job and turned it into about $3,000 job.
Yeah, Lordy.
I could have went over there. It got the injector went bad in Greenville, Tennessee, and we thought we'd just try to make it home with it. And you see what happened. But could have went over to Greenville, Tennessee, about an hour and a half from here. Put the injector in, took me about an hour, and been back rolling. And sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose. Some days you're the windshield, some days you're the bug. So, but there we are. I'm gonna show you this head a little better where we got it off. It took it plumb out from right here. This should look like this. But it took it out, each cam right here. For this rock arm, when the roller left, it laid down there and went to rubbing. But what caused that injector stuck down, and then this rock arm was sitting there flopping. That's what it done. That's the first time I've ever seen it tear her head out like that. But stuff happens. Well, we'll show you, we'll get ready to put the head on here in a little while. Get our block cleaned up. Just getting started here. Cleaning, so. We'll get him cleaned up and get him ready to get back together today. Stay tuned. Hey guys, this is something I do that most people don't do. As a little back hillbilly, we paint our gaskets where I'm from. Take a little gold paint. The reason I paint them gold, got more pigments in it. More stuff. The reason I got done this, I was blowing a lawnmower gasket, head gasket on a lawnmower. Put 2 or 3 of them in it, kept blowing it. I found a friend of mine, and he said, paint it. I said, well, there's something wrong with you. Paint no head gasket. And he said, try it. I did that and never did blow another head gasket. So, I was working on Big Cam Cummins's, and everybody knows Big Cam Cummins leaks oil out from under the head gaskets. Went to painting them, quit all that. Guys, paint your head gaskets. Won't hurt you a bit.
Is it best to use a metallic paint?
Yeah, I don't care. I ain't found that they really ain't specific. I've used white, black, pink. I've tried every color in the world. It really don't matter that much. But gold's my favorite. Normally, guys, when we're building these motors, we'll use all new spacer plates. But this truck here's got 1.5 million on it. And we were planning on putting a new motor in this truck this year, so we just wanted to get it to work a few days while we build a new motor. So that's why you see us doing what we're doing. Very important, fellas. When you putting these Caterpillar heads together, you make sure them are in there. I have seen fellas think they can forget them. Very important to make double check them. Because if they ain't there, you ain't going far. There we go. On them dials and give me a Hold on, let's mean who that's. Okay, hold that, baby.
Pick up again.
Should be down. Whoa, man. Oh. Pick up a little bit. Pick up.
Can you pick up one more?
I can't see, God.
There's light behind you on that cart. Any one of them was charged yet?
Come my way. Now, sit her down. There we go. Put it down. Put her on there.
There's some soccer if you want. Or you want the impact.
Here you go.
There you go. I couldn't see what I was doing.
Back.
The hand was too high for me.
Oil your head bolts. Makes the torque smoother, better. You don't got to put a lot on, like Bill running off on a car.
I'll get it off in a minute.
You don't want them. You want oil on the thread. You don't have to have it. Dripping off of them. Three-quarter socket 12-point. Low impact. Two, Bill.
3 inches.
Yeah. All I'm doing is running them down anyhow, it don't really make that much difference. I ain't tightening them, I'm just running them down. Two. Order our first torque, we'll pull to 200. This plate bit. Always turn your torque wrench, boys, when you pull your socket up. We'll go through these head bolts about 3 times, maybe 4. It all depends on how I feel. And how much breath me and Bill got when we get done.
Bill don't have no breath. That's not a worry.
350. 350. Was our first torque, we done it at 200. Our next one we'll go to 350. 350 is what they torque at. Caterpillar normally does it, you torque to so many degrees and then you turn the bolt 90 degrees. But I've played with that bolt enough that I've learned that you just torque it on 350 degrees and you'll be there. That torque wrench is older than you are, Courtney.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've had it recalibrated last year. I've sent it back to, that is a snap-on. And be clarified, it's about the only tool I got snap-on.
No, you got your cord drop, right?
Yeah, I do, don't I? But I ain't got a lot of tools snap-on. I got more Mac than I do snap-on and more Cornwell. Then I got good tools. I got a Harbor Freight tools.
So you're saying that torque has torqued a lot of engines.
It is torque sellable. I wouldn't know the actual number of that count, but I won't say it's in the thousands as people hollers, but I would say it is in the hundreds. Bill over there, he'd probably tell you we've done 100 in the last year or two.
Watching Bill do this, I'm second guessing how much I sass him.
You don't want sass, Bill. That's 350 foot-pound, one arm.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'd smack you hard enough, your kids be born naked.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'd be worried if I wasn't born naked.
Might be bald-headed too, Bill.
Yeah.
Now, in my younger days, I would have stayed here all night if it took it to make this thing make smoke. But now I'm getting old. About 4:30, 5 o'clock, I get ready to go to the house. Tomorrow's another day. But I couldn't sleep. If I'd got the head on this spur, I would have had to get it started before I could go to bed. I always called it just being a little nuts, but it's
I
just
used
well,
to not stay with you.
yeah.
Now.
You go home too.
Yep.
It don't make a difference. It has not changed the world. Whether I stayed up all night or I didn't, so just go to bed now. What's sad though, when we was young and could have slept all night, we choose to stay up all night. Now we can't stay up all night. We choose to go to bed.
Mother Nature forces.
Pull it, check it
Like
again.
this.
Just check it again. All right.
I see what you're doing. You're marking them so you know which ones you've
I made double
triple
check.
checked. Yeah.
And well, on the other ones, it didn't matter because we was gonna go back through it again.
Yeah.
But this last time, I always mark them that way. I know if I don't see a mark on it, I know I need to go back
Right.
because you can get mixed up, boys. There's a lot of head bolts here.
And you have to go back and forth.
Yeah. That is every one of them. Guys, I tell you, install a head on a Caterpillar. Now, we'll probably leave you fellers alone and finish this thing up and show you how to run an overhead on it when we get ready for it. And I may show you how to set the timing. Your gear goes up here, your cam, this little point, you line it all up, and I'll show you how to set the idler gear. Some people take a tool. I've done them, which I got the tool somewhere here, but I've been doing them by hand for several years, and I've learned to do them by hand, so I do mine by hand. And they do make a tool to set the idler. So, and I highly advise using it if you've never done it. this gear, when you put the cam gear in, set it in time, you put this idler gear on down here. You want to get just a little bit of play in it. If it fits any tight whatsoever, it'll walk this front cam bearing out. You will have cam bearing trouble. So you most definitely make a tool that is slide on here and slide right in the center of that cam, and that's how you set this idler gear here. And it's real important you do that, especially if you put a new head on, because if the head's been shaved or the gasket's a little lower or thinner, then you get them thousands took out of that gear, and it, like I said, it will walk your cam bearing out there. So if you're going to set it, make sure you set it with the tool. I set it by hand just because I've set several of them. But, use the tool if you can. Out there. Give me a little screwdriver right there. Always is very important you change these O-rings. A lot of guys think, well, it's all right, I don't have to change it. Then they get that little oil leak up in the front and wonder why.
A little Vaseline to keep it from going anywhere.
Vaseline keeps it from going anywhere and helps the O-ring stick in there. If you ain't got Vaseline, fellas, grease is a real good deal for them. I like Vaseline a whole lot. Only my little bolts.
Right here. You want to use ratchet? Yeah, ratchet here too.
Yeah, I'll need it in a minute. Always on these bolts, I put Loctite. It don't want them backing out. Got a little ratchet.
Yeah, I got the ratchet laying right here.
There we go. Cam gear. Now, fellas, I never lay these down. Some guys do. I hear people say, "Oh, it don't hurt them," but I don't know. They got weights, fly weights in them, and even if I build a motor, if you see my skid, you'll see these standing up. Usually, I find somewhere to put them and leave them stood up. Now, whether it hurts it or not, ain't got a clue. But it's just one of them things that I think it does.
Better be safe than sorry.
Well, that's the way I see it, Bill. I could be wrong a lot. But if I'm right, it messes them up. It only takes one time.
You'd be better off if your assistant was better about cleaning things up for you.
Yeah, he was supposed to have me already.
Well, when you got camera,
The doctor's only good as his nurse, Bill.
Yeah, well, you got a lousy nurse, I'll just tell you.
You know, I didn't want to say that, Bill.
Hey, the truth's the truth, no matter if it hurts or not.
Whether it hurts or not.
That's right, whether it hurts or not, the truth's the truth.
Yeah. I don't know if y'all can see it or not, that little tooth right there, where that little V is, that is our timing mark. And I'll show you up here in the cover where it goes. Very important. you see me, Bill? Can you see me?
I can see you, and then I can. You want to show them where that timing mark is?
That timing mark is right here, and it's got to line up with this tooth, right down through here. See where it's off a little bit?
Yeah, I'm going to show them that time mark a little closer.
We'll roll that cam back just a little bit.
Camera's not cooperating.
Well,
There we go.
then I usually like to lay me something down through here and see how close I am. Look like I'm pretty close. Look like I'm there, fellas. All right. I was talking about the tool that slides on here and it goes in this little round hole right here. If it fits in there real easy, then that's how you set the cam height, is by turning this gear here. That determines whether you walk that cam bearing out or not. Robert's up yonder, young, if you want to see him.
I'll go over and see.
Now, see here, that cam gear half needs to move. See that gear, how much play it's got? And that's what you want. You want a little bit of play. If that gear won't rattle and it's tight, or in a bind won't slide in real easy, see how easy? If that gear is real tight, you have to adjust this idler gear down here. You can't adjust this gear, you gotta adjust this one. But you want to get it in here, and you just want about 3 to 6 thousandths worth of plate. I got probably about 4.5 to 5 right there. Now, sometimes if I think it's got too much or whatever, I'll get a filler gauge and go to micing. But I'm telling you, it don't have very much. It's in good shape. It won't walk no cam bearing out of there. And that's all we care about. Now, all you Caterpillar guys are cringing in your boots, but I'm telling you, it's all right. Boys, these cam bolts, I didn't bore you with all the bolts doing every one of them, but I picked Loctite on every one of them. Settle 200, we are. You noticed I staggered between these bolts when I torqued them. Now I'll go back through and check every one of them, and I'll just go all the way around. I don't.
And you don't discriminate. Yesterday you used a snap-on torque wrench. Today you're using a Cornwell.
Yeah.
This one's a Husky.
Yeah. And them little bolts, I torqued 35 foot-pound. Never did really take time to look it up in the book, but most 5/16 bolts, 35 pounds, about all they're gonna hold. So now to the overhead. Let's double check our timing before we run off. Let me get up here. Yeah. See a little screwdriver. See there, Bill? Look straight down through there. Hold your camera in there good. It should be there, fellas. Looks like it is to me. There's where we are. Just use them down in there. Now, if y'all see these shafts, see these flat spots? They always go up. That's where your jakes set on them flat spots. I have never turned one upside down, but I know a guy that has. And it took me about an hour or two to figure out what in the world he done wrong. But, because his jakes wasn't working. We thought it was everything else. Me and Bill lays them in order where we know which way they go back on. And we keep everything in the same wear pattern. If it's been wearing there, I want it to go back there.
wires to keep them binding up. Set up for 100 pounds, sir. These set on 100 pounds, what I set them on. We just torqued every one up. Now, I go back, I run all the way down through here. Check every bolt. These studs are set on 78. Here we go, Bill. Boys, very important tip on your torque wrenches is turn them back to 0. Do not leave your torque wrenches in settings. All right, let me gather up some tools. We'll start on the overhead. Here we go, boys. I have a sheet that I use that I copied out of the book years ago, and that's how I run my overhead. So if you see me glancing up there, you see I'm wondering what I'm doing. So we should be up on number 1, because we just set it in time, and we are. So we'll start off with number 1. Both valves get adjusted on number 1 cylinder. For those of you who don't know, exhaust valves are 30, intake is 15. Far as I know, on B model Caterpillar, C model, all the way up to C15, 16 liters, and all valve settings the same. So, as far as I know. If somebody knows different, let me know, because I never know none of them be different. Maybe on your heavy equipment. Four. Everybody does their valves a little different. What you're looking for on valve is the drag. Some guys like their valves to be one way and one guy likes them another. But if Bill can show over here, I don't know if you can see it good with the camera, but I like a little even. I can push and feel a little bit of resistance. Nothing major, just a little bit. And that's how I like to do my intake valves. Now my exhaust valves, I'll show you that I do them a little different. But that's my intake. So 2 and 4, we got 4 to do here.
Again, we're having a great time. This drives me crazy trying to keep up with it.
Well, that knife feels really pretty nice. I believe I'm gonna leave her alone. Well, I'm gonna loosen it. Let's loosen it. You guys wanna loosen it? Let's loosen it. Baby bear soup, baby, this is perfect. There we go. Now we're looking for 5 and 3 on the exhaust. See this exhaust? If you didn't run the overhead on this thing, what you get into, look at that. Loose.
Yeah, it's good with the
Use the cameras. See, this one here been tight. That's why when you take them off, it's good to run the overhead.
That offset wrench comes in real handy.
Yes.
You have access to go to it.
Now, I like a snug intake valve, and I like a little looser exhaust valve. If you ever done one of these, and a lot of times I'll run the overhead and fire it up and get it hot and come back and reset everything. And if you do, you'll notice your intake will loosen up and your exhaust will tighten up. And I don't know why, but usually it will. So, but there's all your valves on that setting there on the A. So now let's do our injectors, which will be 5, 3, and 6. We'll start off with 5. Okay. When this used to have a piece of plastic on it, you'd want it to just come and catch. See how I can catch that screwdriver there? That injector's a little on the high side, so we're gonna take her down just a little. A little on the high side too. All right, let's check number 3. good.
Whose idea was this salt is?
Well, there's so much oil hitting the floor, we thought we might ought to do that. All right. There we go. Finishing this overhead up here. Didn't bore you with cranking the motor over, but you do have to crank this motor over 2 times to pin it. Actually, I do mine 3 because I don't do the jakes. I should have done the jakes on them cylinders and didn't. But this motor here will be done 3 times, pinning. So I didn't bore you with that. We cut that out of the video. So we're gonna finish running the valves here. Well, it's the same procedure run them valves I was doing a minute ago that I do now after you roll it. Your exhaust is on 30, your intake's on 15. There's a certain feel that I like. If it don't feel right to me, that's all I'm looking for is a little feel, boys. Everybody does it a little different. There ain't probably 2 people in the world that overhead the same. I don't know if you can see it in the camera or not real good. Usually it's like that little oil film. I like to push it in and watch it drag the oil back off of it. If you can see it. See how it's dragging it? See how it dragged the oil back off of it right there? That's the way I like to do my intake valves. Intake to me is more important than the exhaust. The exhaust can run good loose, but if the intake ain't right, it don't run right. 3 and 5.
Try to get here, guys. See us better.
See, you can watch it push oil and wipe it back. As good as it gets, boys. Ain't even that just him. Alright, that's all your intake. All we got finished is our exhaust. 4 and 2. We've done 6, so. See, real loose. We don't want that loose.
What's it do to a motor if the exhaust is too loose?
Just rattle. Fuel mileage is a lot of your fuel mileage is coming on who run the overhead and how they run it. Which a lot of people know Dude, but now me and Dude used to run, I could make a mile per gallon difference between my valve setting and his.
So when these people's got these Caterpillars or they start hearing a lot more rattle on the top end, I guess that's how they know it's time to
Adjust your valves.
adjust the valves on it.
Yep. I've learned what I call from some of the best you know of in our area. You know, I know there are better people around maybe, but no, when it comes to running overhead, I'm pretty fair. See, well, we can't run that, baby.
I know quite a few's come here for you to show them how to do it. So apparently you must be good at it, because a lot of people shows up for you to do it and have you show them how to do it.
Well, I'm different than everybody else. I don't care to show people what I know, because when I'm dead and gone, if somebody else don't know it, it dies with you. Somebody got to tell somebody.
Well, I mean, there's no secret in none of this stuff.
No, this ain't
Yep.
secret.
Everybody has their own preference on how they want to do it.
Yeah,
but
anybody can do this. This is nothing that's rocket science.
No.
It ain't rocket science.
You can learn every bit of this right here off of YouTube or
This ain't like sending a man
Caterpillar
to the moon,
book.
boys. This run no overhead on Caterpillar.
Yeah.
But
Also, been out there to show him for a while how to do that. I tell him one again now.
it's real simple on running your overhead. Now, how people say, see, I ain't got it wrote down there, jakes, what jakes to set. Whatever exhaust valve you set is what jake you set. If you set the height of the exhaust valve, you set the height of the jake brake. Same thing. It's ready to go.
So can you tighten that, when you set that jake, can you tighten that jake up and make it work harder or looser, or is there any way to change that?
Yes, you can. I set mine on 23 thousandths. You can set it on 18, you can set it on whatever you want to set it on, the tighter you want to set it.
I wonder at what point.
With what we haul and stuff, I'm getting better service setting about 23 thousandths. I don't want them to stand on their nose when they stop, and I just want them to slow down. It's good there on number 1 cylinder. 3, it's a little loose. So we want to. That's 3. You can't pull it out there. Pull it where it comes out and then just snug going back. About the same way, a little on the loose side. That is done. Overhead is done, fellas. Now, all we got left is slide the valve covers on, hook up a few hoses, and we're ready to make smoke.
All right, guys, so there you go. If you ever want to come by here, got a truck, need your overhead ran, want to learn how to do it, he don't care a bit to show you and try to teach you how to do it.
Teach you not do it and then have to do it.
And that'll help you all out. And learn a little bit of knowledge and how to keep your old cat going.
Hey guys, this is Rob here. We was fixing to take this truck back. We was going to show you that we got her done, and end this video with maybe on a good note. But look at here, fellas, it don't have no hole in the head no more. It's back together. It don't have no big hole stuck in it. See if it'll start this morning. We're finally done. Goes back home.